Hello and welcome to the July 2019 Vodcast for the Newcastle Shakespeare Society Australia. Thank you all for leading the Julius Caesar meeting on Sunday so brilliantly. All your 2 cents worths really make the meetings shine, and I swear they get more and more impressive and insightful by the month. Opinions and perspectives were divided, but all led to a unified conclusion. Some people love the play as a good, clean leadership training manual, or perhaps a what not to do manual, with no hey nonny nonny and little in the way of boys dressing up as girls and other such confusing matter. Divided command is shown to spell disaster, and the examples of personal power struggles were likened to contemporary and World War II pairings, which similarly went awry. Ted noted that in an 1864 American production of the play, the part of Cassius was played by John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Abraham Lincoln 1 year later. Others disputed who exactly the main character in the play is. Caesar, who has a puny part and dies at the start of Act 3? Brutus, who is upstaged by Antony and is roundly trounced partly by his own ineptitude? Or is it the art of rhetoric and persuasion that takes centre stage, a concept and discipline in lively use in the political arena since well before Caesar's time? We also noted the weird prophetic echoes, the execution of Charles I and the subsequent restoration of the monarchy, the execution of Louis XVI, the subsequent reign of terror followed by the emergence of Napoleon as an autocratic emperor. Not to mention the odd coincidence that, like Cassius, Shakespeare happens to have died on his birthday. We looked at the importance of names and titles in the play, and the insistent word echoes with Romeo and Juliet that link names to both disassembled body parts and to conjuring spirits. Cinna the poet is an unfortunate victim of the importance of his name, and gets torn to pieces by the mob who yell, "Pluck his name out of his heart and turn him going." Juliet would have been a bit stunned by that. In the snippets section, we watched a selection of clips from 4 different productions: the 1979 BBC, the 2012 Gregory Doran set in South Africa, the 2015 Globe, and the 2018 National Theatre Live production. Surprisingly, the lowest scoring production by universal opinion was the Globe. The all-black cast from the 2012 Gregory Doran equally won universal admiration, both for compelling performances and for the startlingly apt harnessing of the violence, fear, and uncertainty within the play to the entirely contemporary setting of political instability. The National Theatre production received mixed responses, chiefly regarding the substitution of several male characters for females, notably Cassius and Decius. Having Cassius as a female really brought out the petty bitch-fight nature of his and Brutus' quarrel in the camp. Whether you thought this was a corruption of the clean original or a pertinent commentary on the content of the argument is up to your inclinations, but I think it certainly says a lot about what the play means to different people. Which brings us back to the beginning, that unified conclusion I mentioned. What do we find interesting and compelling about the play? It's hardly a reliable or accurate historical document. At times, like when Cassius is urging Brutus to do away with Antony because he's dangerous, it has a pantomime feel to it. The audience is nodding and nudging elbows with many a "he's behind you." However, the portrayal of uncertainty and the hubris of supposed leaders who think they're in charge, being washed away in the tide of something no one saw coming to the disaster of all, strikes home with violent familiarity. You might love or hate the play, but either way, it's probably because it speaks of real life right now. We also played our Wheel of Fortune game. The categories were treachery and plotting, obfuscation, suicide and self-destruction, omens and portents, mob rule, and praise. If you picked up a treachery and plotting, you had to take a shot of vodka, or cranberry juice for those that were driving. Leone won this one with a big pile of gold, and everyone read out their pieces with great aplomb. Our next gathering is on the 30th of June for our Christmas in July party. Do wear a red hat or some tinsel or something to get into the spirit if you feel like it. It's not a dress-up, we're feeling lazy and wintry. Bring a drink to share and I'll provide dinner. Please do RSVP for this one in a timely manner. Firstly, so I know how many to cater for, and secondly, I'm considering arranging an Uber or similar to pick people up and drop them off, so we don't have to worry about how many glasses of wine we have. If I'm not already aware of your allergies, please also do let me know. Please do check out the website for the updated list of meetings up to May 2020. They will also be on Facebook and, for the moment, on Meetup. We'll be back in the study on August the 4th with a nerd session on Midsummer Night's Dream. I can't wait to see those 2 cents worths from you all again. And that's all, folks. Thanks for listening, and this is Vesna, signing off for the Newcastle Shakespeare Society, Australia.